Hello, and welcome to episode 15 of Rhythm and Wit, the podcast and video series where we discuss and explore the creative and artistic expressions of artists and performers in Oklahoma City and its neighboring cities, also referred to as the greater metro area. My name is David Steele. I am a bass player, a music producer, a graphic designer, a photographer, and a film hobbyist. My co-host is Nicholas Campbell. Nick is a stand-up comedian, singer, songwriter, guitar player, electrical contractor, a husband, a father, and my best friend for over 2 decades. In today's episode, we discuss 2023. We talk about our biggest lessons learned in 2023, as well as our most proud accomplishments. We also discuss some goals we have for 2024. But not only that, today is the first annual Witty Awards. That's right. Nick and I have decided on 15 categories of performance and visual arts to give awards to. The top categories this year are Performer of the Year, Favorite Local Open Mic, and Favorite Local Comic. So please watch the entire episode to see who takes home the top prize and see if you or any of your friends made the list. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and podcast feeds to keep up with new episodes that drop every Friday. We hope you enjoyed today's episode and the Witty Awards as much as we did, as we greatly appreciate your time and attention. We'll do the count in.
You ready? In 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Rhythm and Wit. My name is David Steele, and with me is
Nick Campbell.
We are here. Today is a special episode because we are here to talk about the best of 2023.
Woo! Yeah, dude.
We're here to look back at the year and think about some things that we've accomplished and things that we learned, but also looking forward to next year for sure. But even better than that, we have a new thing here on Rhythm and Wit. It's called the WITTYS.
The WITTYS. It's our awards. These are our awards that we're going to give out.
End of the year awards for the local performers and people we've worked with. So we made a whole list of categories, but we'll get into that.
The important thing to remember is that nobody should get jealous about these decisions because we are nobody.
So these
I think
are
that's going to be our best.
Our favorite people and favorite places, I guess. Overall.
So some fun things that we're going to throw out here for you guys, just to kind of mention some people that we love to see.
But
see
also,
in the community. People
deserve to be shouted out. I think that people recognize for their accomplishments, and there's nothing like that here.
Until now.
So now we have
with the WITTYS.
The WITTYS. Next year, we might try to make a real statue.
Yeah, I like that. I think we will. Maybe a championship belt of some kind. That would be the shit.
And then they have to fight for it every year.
It's like at the end,
there's only one.
We're doing them at Lively, if anybody's interested.
So first, we'll definitely get into those awards in the meat of the show, but we wanted to kick it off with talking about the year in review for us, and some 2023 is a good year for me for sure. But I guess we'll start it off with what's the most proud accomplishment that you've had this year?
That I've had? My most proud accomplishment. Man, I know I have a little bit of recency bias, but I just got back from the Comedy Avenue.
Hey, I want to tell you guys something I saw. Dude, Lawton, you are an industrious group of people. I swear, dude, when I was driving up here, I was like, where are we going? We're going to a comedy club / tattoo place. I was like, how else, you make money 2 ways. You know what I'm saying? That's industrious. Right next door, a bookstore / sex shop. I mean, come on, guys. Putting 2 things together that don't need to be, but should. You know what I'm saying? Get your reading done and a little bit of dealing. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Grandma goes in there. That's right. She's gonna get her smut. She's gonna leave with something in her butt. That's right, guys.
And man, it was probably one of the best sets I've had.
Yeah.
Just as far as I'm getting really comfortable on stage. I'm starting not to get flustered whenever things kind of fall apart. I'm playing with the crowd more, and I think this one I put it all together. Now, it doesn't mean it's the best I've done. It's not the best that's ever been done. Right. But I mean, but that's
the accomplishment.
It's a milestone.
And I think it's probably for comedians too. You have to build up on every show is like, hopefully better. You get to a point after like a whole year of doing shows where you have one really good one that's like this, a culmination of everything you learned, and it comes together one night.
Yeah, dude.
That's a good.
And it works out. I mean, sometimes it does feel like a lot of the time it's like you're just hoping the muse shines on you that night. But I've gotten to where I can be pretty consistent. As long as the crowd's there for it, I can make people laugh. And I did 18 minutes. I could have done more. I made it halfway through my set and did 18 minutes, which is pretty good. That means I've got more to go. So, so it was very interesting.
That's a good feeling to know that you can do that. If you had to do a 30-minute slot, you could confidently fill it.
Yeah. It was nice feeling, for sure. But if it's quiet and nobody's laughing, I got about 10 minutes.
Yeah. Then it's like if it's just you, no.
Yeah.
So
but what about you, man? What'd you do?
Oh, for sure.
What were you most proud of?
There's been a lot of stuff this year. Honestly, I'm gonna say playing at Northern Music Festival with Stolen Cable.
Nice.
Because that was like kind of lucky. I mean, we got in kind of not really last minute, but we got to play at Red Brick Bar at a primetime slot. But it was kind of one of those things where it's like, I don't know, it felt like we got in under the at the last minute or something. But anyways, we had a great show. One of the best crowds that we've had as a band for sure. But
how many people you think?
I mean, that place was packed. I mean, Northern Music Festival this year was just so many people out there. But playing at Red Brick, there was just people coming in and out. I mean, there was probably like hundreds of people that potentially heard us for sure. I mean, just that it was just such a cool experience. Definitely one of my favorite experiences of the year. I mean, but yeah, for the accomplishment of getting there and doing it and playing with these guys, and we got into Northern Music Festival after less than a year as a band.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's really good.
So I mean, that's a pretty good accomplishment, I think, for sure.
Northern Music Festival was great. I mean, whenever I went and saw the comedy stuff on it, I've never seen the comedy side.
Yeah.
Because I usually do bands, with you.
Which I don't think they've done maybe they have.
Maybe
I don't know.
But this was so much fun to be able to see it from this perspective, and then also be a part of, being in the community, seeing people that you like
your
to
friends
see.
that were up there. Yeah, I remember going to that show this year.
Was it the Sooner Theater?
Yeah, I went to that show with you, and I didn't know. I was just kind of getting introduced to a lot of those people at the time, so I'm looking forward to it next year for sure.
Yeah,
it'll be really fun to do for the comedy stuff that they do.
I look forward to maybe being on that show.
Whoever puts it together.
No, do you have to apply for that?
I bet you do, and the deadline's over.
Oh,
well, I don't know. The comedy might be different.
Maybe the next year.
It's probably different for comedy.
Yeah, I didn't see because it was musicians on the last.
Yeah,
one. Yeah, something to think about.
But yeah, I'll have to look into it. I never looked into it, so for sure, I think that was a good one. I mean, honestly, the runner-up for me is definitely finding this new band and meeting our new songwriter Haley Salthouse and Astrolex. and meeting her and getting to work with her, and she's just an incredible songwriter and singer, and putting that project together has been a little bit of a struggle, just getting the pieces in place, but I'm proud of that. It's starting to come together, so next year maybe that will be definitely in the running as far as things that I've done, but that's definitely a closer runner-up for me.
Nice.
What's the biggest lesson that you've taken away from 2023?
Eat better. That would be the first one.
Be healthier.
Yeah, I think at this point in my 30s, I'm starting to get to a point to where
you gotta watch out for that.
You gotta watch out for it. But let me see, lessons learned as far as doing comedy. Staying consistent. Staying consistent. Consistency creates momentum, and then momentum is how you keep going without having to put as much effort.
Right.
So that would be one, consistency. And something I learned on stage this year, I've been trying to practice more, is slowing down and being in the room.
Yeah.
There's this thing
instead of in your head.
Yeah, because you'll get nervous, or you'll kind of get and it's harder to be in the room the less people the audience is interactive with or giving you anything. So the less the audience is reacting to you or giving you any positive feedback or feedback at all.
I guess that makes sense, because then you're like, if nobody's laughing or doing anything, if they're just staring at you, then you're sitting there like, then you start thinking, why,
Yeah.
And so it's easier if people are interacting, you don't get into your
It eggs you on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can kind of go different places than you would expect to. The bits can really evolve.
Yeah.
And so being comfortable, even when it's like that, and just being like, I'm just doing this. I'm just doing my act. I'm just doing my set, powering through. Now, I say that, I still falter whenever, like I was at Bricktown, we had like a tough show where like nobody was laughing for anybody.
Yeah,
and
the crowd.
And it's just maybe that night was tough or something, or it was jury day. It was cold.
Yeah, that could be a big thing.
So the people were spread out. The further they're spread out, the less they'll laugh. But he goes, I get up there and I just do my best.
Yeah.
And I got frazzled. I'm messed up jokes, things I've been doing since the beginning, where you're just like, why did I even...
Yeah, you like never messed a joke up before. Or
like,
that one in particular.
Just my husky boy joke, I messed up the husky. I do that every time. That's at the top.
Yeah.
But yeah, so learning to kind of just keep moving. Because if it's not a joke, if they don't laugh, then it's just a story.
Yeah.
You're
just
that's
talking.
It's like when we played music. I don't know if you remember this, but like, you're only a half step away from being right.
Yeah,
and
I've always liked that actually. I remember you said that a long time ago, and like that always stuck in my head, and probably still does in a level. You have that kind of internalized things that people say, or things you learned a long time ago.
Yeah,
and that's why I honestly, I mean, this is a tangent, but like that quote in particular, it's like really guided my whole playing. Because like, I mean, you're only a half step. It's like, if the note's off, if it sounds off, move it over a little bit and it'll be right.
It's a small adjustment.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing is like, whenever, usually out of fear, I don't know, I mean, I do this, so that's what I'm saying. Out of fear, I'll make adjustments too big.
Yeah, that's a good
when
point.
Really it's just a little, shift, and a lot of times it's in your thinking, especially when you're on stage. If they're not laughing, well, I'm just telling them a story. That doesn't mean they're not having a good time.
Yeah, I
could
think
still be engaged. They just don't feel like laughing.
I think of that a lot whenever I see some comics that are just really great storytellers, I think, and something they're very magnetic or what is the word? Never mind.
Magnanimous?
Yeah. It's just like very like compelling to listen to.
Yeah.
And it's like some of these guys out there I've seen, it's like they can not even be funny at all, and I want to hear what they're saying.
Yeah.
But if they're funny, that's even better. But it's like they don't even have to be funny, is my point. It's like you just want to listen to them. But it's hard.
Who is somebody that's like that? Who is somebody you just want? Dave Grohl, for me, that's one. He's always got something cool to say. He's got jokes.
Are you talking about from Foo Fighters?
I don't know how we got here. But I'm just saying, like, he's always somebody, and I want to hear speak.
Like Bruce Springsteen.
That's a good one, too.
I mean, that's like, isn't it like half his set is telling stories? Which, I mean, people love. I'm not dogging on it.
Well, Ben Stiller's bit in SNL, remember when he was like,
oh, yeah,
remember when we do this 1, 2, 3? You guys remember that? Yeah, just look at that. It's a good one.
But yeah, no, that's great.
That's good.
What was the question? Where your biggest lesson?
Yeah.
Oh, I've learned a lot of lessons this year. Well, like, I guess for me, I feel like I've changed a lot, or just to me, I've become who I've meant to be lately, and it's been a lot of steps and different things that I've done. So I don't know the biggest lesson. Oh, I would say the biggest lesson that I've learned is to learn how, which is not an easy thing to learn, but learning how to let go of self-doubt and shame and embarrassment, and breaking through that to do the things that you want to do and that you know you can do. That's something for me, for most of my life, there's been something that's been holding me back from being great. I think in my mind, it's like there's so many great things that I know I can do and I have the skills for, and then for so long it's like I don't know what it is that's keeping me from getting to that place, and it was a lot of shame and doubt and all of these things, and fear and afraid of failure. I think a lot of it, and fear of the unknown, of not knowing if it's gonna work or not. And it's very difficult to let go of those things, but through therapy and I do a lot of meditation and guided meditations and things like that, so that stuff has really kind of helped me break down those things, at least, as you know, a lot. I wouldn't say they're gone, but I mean, I think they're impossible to get rid of completely, but to not let them control you has been my biggest thing.
Do you find that, because this is something I found, I learned to like trust myself more.
Trust your instincts.
Trust your instincts, and then just let go. It's like, I know how to do this. I've done the prep.
That's a big thing. Because I think we talked about that a little bit with Tanner when he was on, right? Like, because he had said similar thing, was so getting past that, getting over yourself and getting through. What do you think is the biggest challenge for people in doing whatever it is, comedy or maybe filmmaking or whatever? What is the challenge that that you see, then, you know, lots of people probably have to deal with?
I think the common thread is ourselves.
You know, because I think that it is like especially if you study things, if you work on your craft or whatever it is, and your art or your job or whatever, and it's like, you know, you're capable of doing these things, and like something is holding you back from it, and it's like, you know, you don't, but you're telling yourself you can't do it, even though you know in your body, because you've studied and you've worked and you have this experience. It's like, it's in you. These things are in you. So if you just let them do what they want to do, you know, let these things come out. That's the thing. It's like a lot of people suppress a lot of stuff from getting out into the world for whatever reason. These things that we build up in our lives to try and protect us or whatever, but it's all useless in adulthood.
Well, it worked when you were young,
right? For whatever reason.
The thing. But you don't need it anymore.
You create these barriers for a reason. But
you heard of Alan Watts?
Yeah, I'm sure you.
I love it. I listen to him all the time, but that's something he does mention.
I mean, I've heard that same thing from other places for sure. It's all similar mentalities, I think, which is good. I think that's something that I want to share with and learn more about and share with other people to help them break down those barriers and find out what your true nature is and what you're supposed to be doing. I think that I'm reading this book now that I'll have way more to say about, written by a man named Robert Greene. It's called Mastery. Is that the one you saw on the desk?
No, I saw the Charisma one.
No, this one is, I'll tell you about it now just because I don't tell you about it, but like I said, I'll definitely want to, because we both, I mean, you need to read it too. But basically the Mastery book talks about we all have this innate skill, or kind of, our true purpose, or something, something that's unique in us that everyone's unique when they're born. The DNA that we're made from or whatever that we grow from is a unique thing that only happens this one time. No one's DNA is the same.
Yeah.
So we have all this unique in that alone, but also with our experiences and everything. And we grow up, and we, as children, we are immediately drawn to the thing that we're supposed to, the thing, whatever it is. And we talk about this a lot too, right? Whatever your inclination is, he calls it the inclination, is if you have an inclination towards something, follow that thing.
Yeah.
Keep following it, and don't and that's what it is. That's what you're drawn to naturally. But so many people, their parents force them to go to medical school and become doctors and do all this other stuff because that's where society tells you can't be an artist because artists don't make money.
Yeah.
And you have to get a real job, or you can't play music because or
whatever. That something has value because it's worth money.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to have value because of that.
And that's the thing. And so if you can find that true purpose and let it guide you, you'll never be sad. That's the key to happiness, I think. And you'll never, it's like whenever you find a job that you love or whatever, you'll never work a day in your life.
Are you doing that now? Do you feel like you're doing that now?
I think
like
so.
You're trying to find it?
I think I found it in a way. I mean, I think I'm still looking though too. Because I just started this book.
What's your inclination? What was the thing you went towards?
Something I thought about even before I even knew about this was, it's definitely, I think it's something to do with performing. Mm. I think there's something to that even as a child that I was drawn to. And that's why when I discovered this idea for this show, it's like it makes perfect sense. And it was after I started doing tons of meditation that I think that things became clear and I could see it.
Oh, nice.
And that's what I was like, oh my God, that's what I should be doing. And something I've thought about lately and kind of I thought about after we talked to your wife Liz on this show, because she calls herself a creativity influencer. But I feel like I'm a performing arts influencer.
Yeah, I mean, like that.
And it's like, because that's what I think that I love. And I love to watch performers. I love to perform. I think for me, performing is a way of expression that helps me communicate in a way and that's nonverbal, because I don't think that and traditionally I think growing up I've always struggled with verbal communication in general, which obviously I'm not as... And something I realized is I'm not as bad as I kept telling myself I was. Yeah. Because I just, you grow up and you say that to yourself, or say things like that to yourself, which is completely wrong. But realizing that has kind of led me to be totally comfortable talking, to people that I don't even know as, performers and digging down into that. So I think that also another one for me is there's something I've realized years ago about my love for information, just general. I just like to know things. I like to understand things. If I don't understand things, I'm very uncomfortable, or it's gives me anxiety.
Oh, really?
Or at least it's like I don't need to understand it fully, but I need to come to an understanding of whatever it is. It could be relationships, it could be, jobs, or whatever, money. How to do. It's like I feel like I feel like I think information is powerful, and I think that it's something to do with that I feel powerless if I don't have information.
Yeah, because you can be equipped and ready.
Right.
For whenever something comes up, you're like, well, I've heard about this.
Anticipate it better.
Yeah, that's a defense mechanism.
So too. I think that's something that I've been obsessed with unknowingly.
Yeah.
Because I work for the news. I always say that, and I never got into the news because it was the news. I just needed a job. Yeah. And it's of course, why wouldn't you want to work for the news? But I was just like, holy crap, this is I actually think that there's more to that, subconsciously, that I wanted to work there. I don't know. But that's definitely another one. But I don't know. I'm still thinking about it.
Yeah. Well, it's worked for this too. It's helped you get better at this.
But this is fills me with a lot of purpose and drive and meaning, and like I feel great every week when we put something out. And now that it's picking up steam and people are paying more attention and we're getting more views, it's been a lot of fun to see it actually. Okay, I think this is the actual thing that I'm supposed to be doing, at least for now, because it could always change. And Robert Greene talks about that too. It's like Da Vinci, like he tells these stories about Da Vinci and Einstein and like the great masters of the history of humans. And it's like he talks about how a lot of these guys started in something. It's like they went towards something, and then something else pulled them away from this direction. And it's like you can change it, but you get deeper and deeper into the actual core of what it is that you're supposed to be doing. Because you could, like for me, it's like graphic art. It's about communicating information in a nonverbal way.
Yeah. So you did that. You already did it.
So, I mean, It's a weird thing, but it's like it all ties together.
Yeah,
but
that's why you shouldn't be afraid to go down branches that you wouldn't expect to go.
Like, if you're in a career path that's you like a lot, but that maybe you're not completely satisfied, keep exploring within that field, and maybe you go deeper, and then you'll find, because he even talks about getting to that very specific niche that you can be the actual master of, this unique thing that no one else can even do. Like once you get to that point, that's when you become Leonardo da Vinci or whatever. I mean, that's, but it also goes with a lot of hard work and learning from, like I said, I just started this book, but a lot of these lessons, it's like, this is like not even, some of it seems like almost like duh, or, like this kind of like, obvious kind of stuff, and some stuff that we already do but I think also for me it's understanding like, okay, this is why it works.
Yeah, I mean, you can have an inkling too, but whenever somebody tells you like this is why, and you're like, I kind of knew that. I kind of knew that.
But I don't know, but I'll definitely have more to talk about, I think, with that.
I'll have to check this book out. Mastery.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, we didn't talk about next year in 2024.
Oh yeah, 2024.
So 2024 is right around the corner. So what goals do you have for this year?
Okay, so last year my goals were to try to do 2 to 3 mics a week at least. And to...
So you've accomplished that.
Yeah, and then to become a well-known comic that goes to Bricktown.
Yeah.
And so I think I've done that. I think I've easily done the 2 to 3 mics a week.
Yeah.
I started 2 new shows that I didn't plan on doing.
So that's like even more than, I mean.
Started producing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then so this year my plan is to get outside of Oklahoma.
Yeah.
So I went to Texas twice and worked. I did Granbury, Texas, and I did Whitesboro. And those were really good experiences. I had a really good time. And then but now I'd like to jump out and start hitting like Kansas, Arkansas, Colorado to visit family too, and like Texas. And
that's what's great about traveling. It's like we have friends. I mean, we know people that moved out of Oklahoma and go to different states. It's like you can hit them up and visit.
Yeah, and that's, so my goal is to try to get out, start do some shows outside, bring some more people in from outside into Lively and into the shows.
Getting out and meeting those other comics that are on the road.
Yeah, and then so that, and then I want to become one of Bricktown's hosts for their comedy. Yeah, so I can just
weekend
do
show.
some work for them. Yeah, I'd like to get on a weekend show.
That's a big goal, and hopefully, I mean, you should, I bet you could do it. I mean, you got a whole year.
Well, I think of it this way: it's like I did it last year.
Yeah.
And I can do it this year.
Yeah.
And if you miss, then what? You just got that much closer.
Yeah. Like I said, I mean, sometimes it could take, I bet a lot of people do work at that for years before it happens. So hopefully, who knows? Yeah. And it's. I'm
not gonna get worse.
Yeah.
You'll
be ready for it when it comes.
Yeah, I'd like to do that.
I think my goals for 2024.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have so many goals in general. I mean, I don't know. I don't really think of it as goals. I think it's just the way I want to be. Like, I want to record a lot. I guess a good goal to set would to do, kind of a dream I've had for a long time, is to do maybe an EP, or at least do a song with like a ton of local people, like different people. like get singers, like get a lot of 3 or 4 singers to record, like, or whatever, just get different musicians to play. Like I said, maybe if you did like an EP, you could do 4 different drummers or something, different people playing different instruments.
So like a We Are the World of Oklahoma?
I mean, not really, but I don't know. I just think it would be fun to collaborate with a lot of people and do something really crazy and big and like see what it is. I don't know. I mean, I think that's my favorite thing about music is the collaboration and bringing in different minds and different voices and talents and styles. And creating something that no one can create on their own. So I think that's something I've thought about. Because ultimately I like to have just, and I'm getting there anyways, where I'm meeting more musicians to where it's like I want to be able to call anyone, call a guitar player and be like, hey, do you want to come record on this person's record that I'm working on? Where that would just be more of a one-off, but I just think the idea is cool to get like just a whole big collaboration album, EP or something.
Yeah. And we did that kind of back in the day.
That's
we recorded a whole album.
Well, yeah, we definitely did.
Yeah.
A bunch of songs. But we had, it was Aliens versus Robots. It was supposed to be our first full-length album, and then we never did finish it. But we had a bunch of people, our friends, a trumpet player and violin player, Carlton. I can't remember.
I don't remember a lot. Grayson was on it.
Grayson Trice played guitar. The singer for his band,
Conspiracy of Angels.
Yeah.
What was her name?
Jessie.
But yeah, we had a lot of people come. Butcher sang on it.
Yeah.
We had some people come in and sing on the album.
Yeah, it was just a fun. But that's like I've always wanted to do that. Even that was.
I think that was one of our best. Ago. I mean, we weren't great musicians at the time, but it was like one of my favorite things to make.
Yeah, it was a good collaboration effort. So that's kind of probably a good goal to set. Because like I said, I just want to record. I'm definitely going to be recording a lot. Because Josh is going to be here. We're going to record some stuff.
Yeah, Josh is coming back.
And then, so we're going to I'm going to get the guys over here and do some Stolen Cable stuff soon. And then, of course, in the summer when he's back, we're going to do some more of it. And then, hopefully we'll do like an Astro Lux LP. But anyways, so that's it for 2024. It's coming up.
That's our review.
It's exciting.
Our performance review.
I honestly think that 2024, that's the last thing I'll say about it. But I'm hopeful anyways. I know a lot of people have struggled this year with financially. Everyone's struggling. Specifically businesses have have been having a hard time. So I'm hopeful that 2024 is going to be better economically and people will be a little bit more stable. Maybe people will be hiring more and stuff like that. So
pull out of this recession.
I think so. Because I think that 2023, it's been a weird year, but it's also been a little bit of a transition year back into kind of a normal routine for a lot of people. So I think the overall anxiety of the world is coming down. So I'm just hopeful for 2024.
Well, I mean, 2 liters are now below $2.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
guys, Diet Coke is cheap again.
Eggs are now no longer a commodity.
Yeah.
So now it's time for the drum roll. Welcome to the 2023 Rhythm and Wit with Dave and Nick. The Witty.
The Witties! Yeah, we did it, guys. Look, we're all dressed up sharp. It's the only reason why I put on this jacket. This is my favorite shirt. It's my favorite comedy shirt. This is like 2023. I wear this at every show.
So now you gotta burn it.
You gotta burn it.
On New
when you
Year's.
find a shirt that fits like this, you don't just. You know
no, it's a ritual now.
Burn your shirt, dude. Tell me.
It'll be New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
You throw it on the bonfire.
Yeah.
And you get a new one.
Get a new one. Yeah, I like that. I thought about it because I do wear this a lot. You know when you find a shirt that like fits, the cut is good.
Yeah.
Well, this was on the clearance rack, so it was like no more. But I was like, it looks good. Dude, I look buff in this. I'll show you guys. I don't want to put Dave to shame. But yeah, dude. So
I'll burn this tie.
We're good. So you guys are gonna see an Instagram reel. You're gonna see an Instagram reel later with us where we're gonna need to call the fire department. That's what we're gonna do. But yeah, we have some categories. What do you call them?
So these are the categories for your the winners of the Performing Arts and Artists of Oklahoma City and its neighboring cities, also known as
the greater metro area.
So let's see. We'll start off.
And these are all opinions. These are our
Yeah.
opinions of you.
We don't.
So
And we don't know shit.
and we don't
so.
know. Yeah, we don't plan to know anything. I don't
Yeah.
plan to learn anymore.
And now, your 2023 winner for favorite comedy wife.
Favorite comedy wife. All right, who do you got?
My favorite comedy wife. No, well, you start off.
I'll start. Yeah, my favorite comedy wife is my wife Liz Campbell.
Liz Campbell.
Yeah, dude, she's so
Congratulations to Liz.
She's helped so much.
Yeah,
Dude, she's really
is
into it.
the true MVP of Nick Campbell comedy.
Yeah.
They always say that behind every great man, there's a great woman.
Yeah, it's just too bad she didn't get a great man.
I mean, yeah, it's like it still
got a
works,
great
even
woman.
though
Yeah.
the man's not so great.
Yeah. No, I'm really good. I'm super good at being providing for the family.
I
that's
think
how
y'all
I-
have done a
yeah.
great job this year with the you guys as a team
Mm-hmm.
for sure. I mean, she's always there, like you said, at every show. I think she definitely deserves the win. But that's for your pick. But we're also gonna do each of us get a pick. So my pick is Hannah Collins.
Yeah.
Caleb Collins' wife. I don't know you very well, Hannah. I've talked to you a few times, but I wanted to say she's always at Fairweather, so it's like she's very supportive. So I think that she definitely deserves. I also don't know a whole lot of other comedy wives.
Yeah, it's like, that
but
should tell you about something.
she's very, like I said, from what I've seen, very supportive of Caleb because he kills it out there anyway. So.
Yeah.
And doing Fairweather every week is definitely a struggle. I always say, I'm sure it has to be. So to support Caleb doing that, I think is very admirable. But we have honorable mention for this category.
Oh yeah, yeah.
For favorite comedy wife goes to Frankie Berryman.
There he is. Miss Kitty's wife. That's right, Frankie.
Yeah, he's very best comedy wife.
He's
all
always
around.
there, man. He's got a positive outlook, man. He's supporting. He's eating food. He's drinking beer. I mean, just both of them live the best life, Kitty and Frankie.
So, congratulations
Congrats,
to
guys.
our winners for best comedy wife of 2023. Next category, favorite old timer.
Nice, we did it. Favorite old timer.
I'll go first. My pick is Dennis Maley,
Yeah,
the Granny Freak.
The Granny Freak, man. I love that. That's one of my favorite things that he does. When he talks about the casserole. It's like,
I've been watching Dennis all year, well, most of the year at Fairweather and some other mics. He's very funny. I always say this, like for some reason, I hope my dad gets to see him perform sometimes. I think he would just kill. He's got like the dad humor, but it's like a next level dad.
yeah, it's like a granddad.
Grandpa humor.
Grandpa humor.
No, he's very funny, and he deserves this win from me.
Well, when I grow up, I want to be Dennis. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I don't
Just
know
out here
what-
having fun.
We need to get Dennis over here sometime because he'd be fascinating to talk to.
Oh,
I already
man.
know.
Yeah, he is, dude.
'Cause I don't know much about him, so besides that, he loves grannies.
He loves them. Yeah, hide your grannies, because he's gonna get them.
So that's my pick. Nick, who's your favorite old timer?
My favorite old timer is Kitty Gilligan. Yeah. Liz and I when we started watching the open mics down at Bricktown a while, when it first started, she's the one that stood out the most. She was just a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And very silly. I thought, man, this has got to be. This lady is doing really great for her first time. That's what I thought. But then I realized, oh no, I saw her
That's her
a few
bit.
more. It's like she's good at this. Like and so she has that.
Yeah, that's her thing. She
Yeah.
knows what she's doing.
She's got a lot of good energy, and she's fun. She's very positive. She always tries to do stuff for the community.
Yeah, that's what I love.
So
I think
that's why she's my favorite old time.
So So congratulations
Congrats,
to
guys.
the old timers.
That's right.
And we love you.
We were gonna call this the Kick the Bucket Crew, but we thought maybe it wasn't the best. Yeah. I thought old timers would be kind of cool because it,
Love it. Okay.
it's nicer.
Next category
All right.
for the winner of the favorite new venue
that opened in 2023. All right.
Let's see. I went first last time, so now
I'll go first. Okay, so my favorite new venue is Comedy Avenue out in Lawton. Again, I have recency bias, but I have done that show twice.
Yeah.
And both times, man, it's just such a good room. The Lawton shows up. They're there for it. They listen to you. All the way they have it set up, every seat is a front row seat.
Yeah. That's
So
good.
the stage is small, but it's not tight, so you still feel like you can move around and talk to everybody. And then Andrew and his wife Brandy, they do a really good job of like setting up snacks and drinks and really making you feel welcome.
Yeah,
and it's just a beautiful place to go play.
How long have they been opened?
I think it was this year.
Yeah, the first.
It may have been last year, but it was right on the edge.
But yeah, regardless. Yeah. No, that's great. I need to go out there and check it out. That'd be fun.
Well, you're going to come out there the 7th, aren't you?
Yeah, we'll have to do that for sure. So, my favorite venue to open in 2023 is Sailor and the Dock.
Nice. Yep.
Because they do tons and tons of events right now. I think that's a cool place. They got a lot of cool shops in there, cool boat bar in the middle, and the people that own that place are very nice. I've met them a few times, and they said they'd let me put a show together next year. So they're really friendly and just very welcoming. I think that their mission is to have us. They have a big event space in the back of their place that you can use, and they want to have it for people to do creative things and perform and use it for anything. If anybody wants to put on a show, hit them up, and they probably want to talk to you about whatever you've got in mind, because they're always looking. I think that they're growing. I want to see them grow and keep, to stick around and not, I don't think that's a fear, but sometimes it's a fear with new places that you really like. You're like, okay, just everyone go there, support them.
Yeah. Well, it's a unique spot too.
Yeah.
So it takes an effort to go out and like get things out of it. But you got to support the things you want to see.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I go
and
there
they
quite a
are
bit,
very
too.
community oriented.
Yeah.
So it's nice to have that.
So
if you guys get a chance, go over there and buy as much
Check
stuff as
out
you can.
Sailor in the Dock, always doing fun things.
They got a big boat in the middle of their place.
And mocktails. We talked about that.
They have really good mocktails.
So options for non-alcoholic drinks, and they've got a cool coffee shop in there called Honey and Honey, who are really friendly. I always talk to them every time I go in there. So yeah, check out Sailor in the Dock, and if you're in Lawton, check out Comedy Avenue. Because those are our favorite venues to open in 2023. Next category. Most anticipated event for 2024. So, this is a tough category because we don't know a lot of stuff that's going to be happening next year.
Who knows?
But I know for sure there will be Day of the Dead 4.
Day of the Dead.
Halloween 2024. Coming back. Probably going to be Stolen Cable. Probably Astrolux. And some other people.
Can I do a set?
I don't know yet.
Yeah,
We'll see.
he doesn't know yet. He doesn't know yet.
We'll announce it, but I'm definitely
I'll be doing a set outside.
'Cause I guess we did the Halloween show. Day of the Dead 3 was 2022. So we didn't have it 2023. So that's why I'm super excited about it. Coming back for sure, because we have to. Because I think that's everyone's favorite holiday to have parties on. So yeah, I mean, people, they ask me about it. It's like, did I miss the Halloween party? No, we didn't have it. So look out for that. That's my most anticipated event. What about you?
So I have two of them. One of them is going to be at Lively in February. We're doing a full female show. And Liz is going to host it, and so I will be taking the tickets.
You get to draw the raffle ticket.
I get to watch and hang out, and then see this cool thing happen. So we're going to do that. Also, it's going to be mine and Liz's 10th year anniversary.
Oh, yeah.
And we're throwing a little party for everybody at Lively, all of our friends and stuff, if they'd like to come. And we're going to celebrate us being together for 10 years. And, well, I mean, you know, we've been together longer, but obviously, married for 10 years.
That's quite an accomplishment.
Yeah, it's been hard the whole time, but it was like, it's been great. She's awesome. Everybody tells me how great Liz is. Nobody tells Liz how great I am. But anyway, I don't have anything about it, but a little bit. But it's like, but yeah, no, I'm super excited for both those. They're in the same month. They're in February.
Those are super fun events. I like that you're doing that all female comedy.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun one.
So those are our most anticipated events for 2024. Next category: favorite venue to perform at.
Favorite? I missed that all. I couldn't.
Okay.
I don't.
You go first.
Okay. Favorite venue to perform at. Yeah, dude. I'm gonna say this right now. It's Lively. That's my favorite spot.
Lively Beer Works.
Because it's my spot.
Yeah.
You know, they let us start doing comedy there. It's been great. They've been so supportive. Even if there's a little hitch in the giddy up somewhere, they've been super nice about it.
Going with the flow.
They give us so much to give to the raffle.
That's what I was gonna say. They give away so much free beer and free gift certificate, isn't it?
$25 gift certificate and 2 free beer packs, and then we bring a game, a board game, and we bring our tickets so you can win it to the next show. And they don't bat an eye. They just love that that was the thing that Nick said, that the owner's name is Nick too, and he said that he's like, man, we really want to just kind of be a part of the community, and you know, that helps them bring some people in, but it also helps us do comedy and perform. So it's a beautiful thing, and they're so supportive. So love you, Lively. I've been having a lot of fun going out there. I haven't performed there, but I've taken a lot of photos. In the summer, their lighting is great, so I can't wait for next summer to go take photos. I mean, I'm still taking them in the winter, but it just gets dark. It's nice. I mean, it's still
nice. Yeah. I mean, it's still a nice venue, but I was just talking about for photos specifically. But
yeah, he's right.
I think they're a great venue. I think everyone's only had good things to say about it that I've talked to that performed there. My favorite venue that I performed at this year is probably Vice's in El Reno. I had never been there before. I'd heard about it for years. And so I got to play there in the summer with Stolen Cable, and that was such a fun show. It was like outdoors. They have a cool, really big stage outside, and a cool, it's like a big backyard with a big stage with a really nice sound system. Electra does the audio out there and runs the sound. She's great. Very nice. I think I met the owner there briefly. She was nice, and it's a great place. I mean, I'd definitely go there more if I lived closer. I mean, it's not that far either, but still 30 minutes really from here, so about the same as Norman, I guess.
Yeah.
But I did get to go, and I went to see the Martin Dupross play there at the end of the summer also, so I went back.
Nice,
it was it's a cool place. Like I said, I definitely want to try to book out there again next summer and play again.
I've never been there.
The problem is, it's like they don't do a lot of shows. I mean, they have an indoor stage too that's not as big and cool as the outdoor one, but yeah, they don't do outdoor shows a lot in the winter. So, but yeah, shout out to Vices in El Reno and Lively Beer Works for winning our favorite venues to perform at.
Nice.
Next category.
Favorite Instagram reel. All right.
My favorite Instagram reel goes to the Martin Dupross.
Yeah. Oh man.
For Vice's date night. with the Martin Duprass, the show that tries to get you laid. That was a super fun show in general, but the promos for that were so good.
And here she comes now, folks. Macho Martin Duprass, how would you say Date Night stacks up to other comedy shows that people may have seen?
Well, I tell you, brother, I feel real bad for those other comedy shows in Oklahoma City, because we got the best of the best in Oklahoma City. That's right. We've got Alex Sanchez. We've got Alyssa Skaggs. We've got Caleb Collins. And rounding it out, we've got Rowan Weathers. That's right. It's the only comedy show that tries to get you laid, brother. It's the non-dairy creamer of the crop. It's gonna be fire. Oh, yeah.
That was kind of like the first time, or I had I've seen more recently, I guess, but the comics started doing Instagram reels as promos and just being very creative with it, but the Martins are on a whole nother level.
Yeah.
They get the green screen out, they get the costumes and wigs, and just go to town. And they've been so entertaining to watch on Instagram for that reason, but specifically that Lauren as Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
It's my favorite.
It felt believable.
Yeah.
Like it was.
So
it was great though. This super. My favorite was of theirs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my favorite was whenever. I like the one where she's in the bat and she just looks crazy. I just wish I had the guts to do something like that, but it's just so funny, dude. They everything they do is so funny.
Yeah, they got the sets ready to go.
Yeah.
But that's not your favorite reel.
No.
What's
my
your
favorite reel? I think the most effective reel and the one that worked on me was Dace Carlson. Whenever he did his reel to promote the Dr. Terp show.
Yeah.
I was on the show.
Yeah.
But if I wasn't, I would have came.
Do you like comedy? How about some raunchy masturbation jokes? Wha-pow!
So anyway, I was jerking off the door. They explored the other day.
Or how about some good old classic fart jokes? Then come out this Saturday night to Dr. Terp's in Midwest City, 8 o'clock, comedy showcase. Watch me and some other great comics on stage, absolutely killing it. Seriously, you should totally come out. If I don't have people laughing with me or at me at all times, haha, I feel like a failure.
Oh, God.
So be there this Saturday night.
Why did I leave my clothes on for this?
Seriously, my mental health is steadily declining.
This is awful.
You should come out, Dr. Terps, this Saturday, 8 p.m. Be there.
Like it was really good.
Yeah,
So it was super funny. And like a lot of people came out for him because of that thing. So it works.
That's why I say I think that the Instagram is very easy to do. It's obviously not easy to do if you're uncomfortable doing stuff on camera, but that's why I say it's so important to get over those fears of because I mean, especially if you're a comic out there or a performer and you have fears of doing something like that, you shouldn't, because I don't know.
Baby steps.
Yeah,
baby steps.
One thing I was saying, and I did too before I started doing this show, and I did this with a few of my friends. I know you got one, but I was sending video messages to people.
What up, Nick? It's David. I just got done mowing the yard. I had a thought. We should dress as Jay and Silent Bob for Halloween this year. Think about it.
Of me just saying something.
Yeah.
And it's a way for me to practice and to see, without sending it to the whole internet. You send it to your friend, someone you trust, and just to do it. And it doesn't even matter. It's there was wasn't looking for any response. I just needed to do it.
Yeah.
And it helped for sure.
That's a good baby step.
Yeah.
I like that. Send it to somebody you trust.
It's a good one if you want to get into doing any kind of live streaming or doing YouTube or Instagram Reels and you're nervous about it, you know, record one, because a lot of it too, and I've known this for podcasting specifically that I've learned years ago, was if you're nervous about doing a podcast, just do it, record it, and you don't have to release it if you don't like it or whatever. You know?
Yeah, you're right.
So like, do it, see what it's like.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, don't put it out. If you do, you know, or just keep doing that until you are comfortable with putting it out if you need to, you know.
There's a comedian who is, I forget her name, Lena, I think it's Lena Rudick or Leah Rudick. She her and her brother do comedy, and they're a couple of my favorites too, but she mentioned that just throw it out there. Just get it out there.
Yeah.
Because like if it doesn't do well, it's just gonna go to the bottom. It's nobody's gonna see it. It's not even a big deal. It's supposed to if it doesn't do well. The only ones that really get passed along and people see and have any real effect are the ones that end up being good. So it's like your stuff's gonna fall away anyways.
Well, a lot of something I've heard recently too, or read recently or something, I don't know, but like a lot of people that are highly creative, like how often also have the most bad ideas because they create a lot. So it's like, I mean, if you're high volume, it's like most of it's not going to be good, but you keep doing it. And I think that's a part of that too. It's like you just keep throwing shit out until something sticks, and then whenever it does, it will rise up, I think, too.
That's what Rivers Cuomo said. Like he would write a song, he would put it in this binder, and he would just keep adding to the songs, and eventually he would take out the ones that he thought were the best, and then he would take the time to work on them. Yeah. So the idea is to quantity and then peel that off. So you're really just sculpting. You're just taking you're
taking
giving
away.
yourself something to take away.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing.
Again, I don't know anything.
It's a good way to look at a lot of things. So that was our favorite Instagram reel.
That's just a fun one.
Anyways, okay, so now this is the back half of our favorites of 2023. So we'll start off with...
Okay, hold on.
No laughing.
I'm going to try.
Favorite performer that's never been on an episode of Rhythm and Wit.
So, our favorite performer that's never been on an episode of Rhythm and Wit is
James Nim. Yeah, what's up, dude? So what's us? This is us reaching out to you right now. Just get out here, get on this camera, quit messing around, dude.
We love James Nim. I think I've known about James for a long time. I've only recently kind of more, I wouldn't even say gotten to know him, but interacted with him more. Very creative, very talented, does music, comedy. He's a producer of shows.
Copywriting. He's like a writer.
Yeah. I mean, would be a very, I mean, that was the whole category, was like kind of this idea of like, who do we want to talk to the most, and like the most interesting person, and he's definitely one of them.
And he could offer a lot of help since he's from so many different avenues.
Yeah, James, we love you. We want to talk to you. Come on our show. If you know James, tell him to watch this. That's the favorite performer that's ever been on an episode of Rhythm and Wit. Sorry, Brandon. Next category.
All right. Favorite comedian slash lawyer. This is really good, guys. This is gonna be Leo Mendes. He's solid dad energy at every place he goes. He's just like nice guy.
Solid lawyer energy. Yeah, they'll help you out if you get caught with weed.
He definitely feels like he has an Esquire in his name. Like that's what, like he's very dapper. I like how he presents himself. He's very professional, and he can get you out of a bind if he's feeling up to it.
So that's also a unanimous category, because I think he's the only one.
Yeah, he's really the only one. We kind of had that
but
one.
Also very valuable to have in our community.
Especially with comedians being as
and also a great host of many open mics.
Yeah, great host.
Great job, Leo.
Thanks,
Keep
Leo.
it up.
We love you.
Also, never been on our show.
Yeah.
So
that's happening.
Come on. Okay. Next category.
Favorite Instagram follow.
So what's your favorite Instagram follow?
Mine's Leo. Leo Mendes does it again. He's in my heart. He's always posting. He's always putting things out. He has a lot of followers on TikTok. He gets
that's what I was thinking, because I see his stuff on Instagram for sure, but TikTok makes sense. I didn't think about that.
I don't really mess with TikTok, but I think it's about time.
I mean, it's it's from what I know or hear about it, it's a great way to get it's a great way to find new followers and audience that if they come across your TikTok and they really like you, they have a pretty high rate of coming and following you on other things. So if it's if you want to up your Instagram or YouTube follower accounts, Instagram I think is a good way to find those people to bring them into your other platforms.
Yeah. So everybody follow Leo Mendes.
But yeah, I think he's great too. I love his photoshops. It's especially every week when he does the hosts
JJ.
For all the open mics. Those are always funny. So that's your favorite Instagram follow, and I went with the very funny Jen Shamron, because she is always updating, keeps up with stories, always has funny memes and funny things, and just generally very funny and supportive. I think for me, not only does she have great Instagram content, but she's also supportive of other comics and other people's shows, which is something I always look for in other people and want to see more of. So I applaud Jen Shamron. I mean, I've told her this already. So she is, and she said it, she's everybody's best cheerleader. So
yeah, that's good, man.
I think that's very good thing to have.
As a comedian, I want to say that I'm very jealous of her ability to eat all those edibles. Do you remember that reel? They went and did a bunch of weed stuff on one of their reels, and I was like, damn, dude, I don't think I could even smoke that much. Yeah, that's pretty tough. But no, she's very creative. She always works with other people, which is nice. Whenever she had the Roastamania, that was a fun one to watch. That was fun to watch happen between the other comedians.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing. The collaboration is very, because she seems very open and to just collaborating, and so great job to those Instagram handles. Keep it up.
Keep it up, guys.
Okay.
Favorite visual art experience.
Okay. Well, my favorite visual art place to go and see art is definitely Mycelium Gallery on Britain in May. My good friends run that gallery. They've been growing it. They opened in March of this year, and they've grown a lot in terms of just their reach. I think a lot of people they've reached a lot of people, but they're trying to grow, and they need to grow into a bigger space hopefully soon. So that's something that we're looking forward to. I do a lot of work with them and for their social media stuff and video work, and I just want to support them. Their vision is to create a network of artists, a collective. It's really the Mycelium Collective, which talks about the mushrooms. You know how the mushrooms are the network, the Mycelium network. I'm doing a bad job of explaining it, but that's where the vision comes from, is to have this just collective of artists, similar to Factory Obscura does similar things, and even in Meow Wolf that I visited in Denver, and they have other locations. They're a collective of artists, of people, creative minds coming together to do something that's bigger than any of them could do on their own, and to help each other and learn from each other and create a cool big experience that people come see and do immersive art. So I'm really proud of Mycelium Gallery for everything they've done, and they work really hard. So I definitely can't think of anyone better to give this award to, in my opinion. But we do have your pick.
Yeah, my pick is art socials that my wife Liz puts on with Thinkable in Life. I love that she does it. She brings out art to an event space and just kind of lets people do their thing, and then she kind of just talks positively to them and reminds them that it's okay to make mistakes, and I like that. I think people just need that to be able to let loose and just kind of be outside the lines, or just, you know, kind of express themselves with art that you wouldn't get an opportunity to do in any other situation with people around.
Yeah,
you know,
that's a big thing. I think the value for that from is, like we were talking about, just being okay with not being perfect, or not being, you know, living up to whatever expectations you have in your head. You know, just do it. Just do the thing, and not, you know, get over your insecurities and self-doubt.
And there's a lot of community, which is not, you get to show up.
Yeah.
They bring kids. You know, a lot of times it's...
I think it's a great thing for especially people with kids and families that might not have a lot of time to do art on their own.
Yeah, and she'll bring different, like, she did ornaments out at Sailor in the Dock, and she does Twilight Market in Norman.
I saw that this past week.
And she'll just set up stuff for fun things for people to do, and you'd be surprised how many people, you forget how fun coloring is. You know, you forget how fun making these little things are, and it's like I think, for me, it's like, why would I do this? This doesn't last, you know? I'm a very utility person.
Yeah, it's like you need to see.
But you forget that, like, fireworks are like that.
Yeah.
You know?
They explode.
They're just in that moment, you can create this thing, and it's like, that's yours, and you created it, and nobody can do it in this time.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I think about performance, too.
Yeah, that's true, too.
It doesn't really exist.
Yeah. But, did we just get introspective? But, yeah, I love that.
Okay, so those are some really great art experiences, and I think that's something that hopefully this next year, I mean, we've had artists on here, but I want to get more visual artists on this show and talk to more of them, because I think that they all have, even visual artists have a lot to offer as far as for being, like, creative tips that any performer or any musician or artist could use. Okay, so the next category,
favorite new open mic.
You're first.
All right, so look, this is my favorite new open mic. Christy Boone runs it, but she's also letting people get the opportunity to host it. I think Will Davis is hosting it this weekend, or this week. I don't know if that's relevant, but anyways. It's the Paramount.
Yeah.
It's in the Paramount. It's actually Rodeo Cinema, and they have a cool little setup. It's a theater. The seats are comfortable, and it's mostly comedians and whoever they decide to bring. It's very, like, off to the side. I don't think people really just come to see it because it's a theater. There's no drinks. There's no alcoholic beverages, but they have snacks. They have theater snacks, which is fun. And like popcorn and all that. And it's really just kind of mostly comedians go to it. And they have this it's like a workshop. We all just work in front of each other because it's so intimate, and, like, they turn the lights down, and I think the comedians are more comfortable to laugh at things that they've already heard a million times.
Yeah.
But we also give each other feedback, which is really nice. So it's like a workshop more than an open mic. And I think that's something that Christy started after VZDs went down. So VZDs went down, we lost that mic, and so she started this one, and I love it. It's one of my favorite places to go. And there's Joey's Pizzeria across the street.
And that's on Wednesday.
Tuesday. Yeah, Wednesday's OKC Improv.
Okay. Yeah. My favorite new open mic is Ships and Giggles. With the Martin Duprass.
Again, with the Martin Duprass.
Sailor in the Dock.
Yeah.
That's every Tuesday. I was so happy whenever they started that mic. They had Tuesdays. They gave them the whole month of October as a trial run, and they did well enough that they let them keep doing it. So they're still doing it every Tuesday. It's a newer mic, so not a lot of people know about it probably. So go check it out if you haven't been out there. Martins are great hosts, and they are very... they've been hosting open mics, I think, for a long time, so they do a good job for sure.
They got
as far as I know.
I like how they play off each other.
Yeah,
and they'll take turns getting on stage. I also got my spotlights. Because I was inspired by their setup.
Yeah.
And they have a really great setup. They have a lot of commitment to what they do.
Oh yeah,
like performance-wise as well as the craft of being performers. So it's great to see.
That's definitely why they're definitely some of my favorite performers, just because of the dedication and the because it's like I think a lot of us, we do things, you put these shows together and put, you know, even you producing Lively, and it's like sometimes it's not what you hope it is every time, right? And it's very discouraging, but to be able to keep doing it no matter what, you know, it takes a lot of passion and
love for what you do.
So,
and you can see they love it. Yeah.
So I hope to see that might continue and grow strong, and hopefully 2024 will be a good year for Ships and Giggles. So go hit them up.
Yeah.
Congratulations to the new open mics of 2023. Next category:
favorite local band / musician.
My favorite band, I think, of the year, which I haven't been playing lately, but there's a band called Bad Athlete. I saw them play, I'm pretty sure I saw them for the first time this year. It must have been maybe last year, but anyways, I have seen them this year. And they're great. They're kind of a very 70s influence, kind of a glam 70s rock, but I don't know, it's probably not what you think, even me describing that. I don't know. I love it. I think that they're very, just cool. But it's definitely a 70s sound, 70s rock sound. But it's very kind of a little bit, I wouldn't say poppy, but, you know, kind of that more pop rock, I think. I don't know. I don't even want to say
Where
that.
can you see them at? Are they local?
Well, yeah, they play locally. I mean, I saw them at the Opolis. But like I said, they haven't been playing in the past maybe even 6 months or so. I'm sure they'll be back. I'm hoping 2024. I met them. They're really good people. Husband and wife fronted group. And yeah, they've got a ton of stuff on Spotify. They recorded a lot of their own stuff and release. So they do releases, single releases quite often. They've got lots of stuff that's well done on Spotify, so check them out. Bad Athlete. One of my favorite acts, I think, of in the city locally currently. I mean, it's been a rough year, I think, for music. I don't know, there's not been a ton of things. So hopefully next year is going to be better. There's going to be newer, more bands maybe coming back out and doing shows again, because I'm sure that a lot of bands just kind of took a break over the past few years. I don't know. Anyways, that's my pick for favorite local band and musician. What about you?
Favorite local band and musician? That's gonna be. Oh, for real.
You're like, what did I write?
What did I write now? That's gonna be this guy right here. This is David Steele. He's one of my favorite bassists. Honorable mention would be Dave Branch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but that's just because I know him.
You've never seen him play.
I've never seen him play. He looks like he could kill the bass.
You've seen him play with comedy.
Yeah.
Great comic.
But no, Dave always been there with me doing music, and it's been a fun time. I mean, we've been playing pretend like this since we were in 6th grade. So, but yeah, I remember back in the day, whenever I was going to do two things. I was going to be in a band, and I was going to be famous whenever I was growing up. And Dave decided to do the bass with his brother-in-law, Katai.
Yeah.
And so Katai got him a bass, and so we started playing together, and then it was, he's been working together
for sure
ever since, really. And but yeah, it's been Dave all along.
Thanks.
You're
I
my
appreciate
favorite
it.
person, dude. One of my favorite. Liz is the first. And my kid. Well, I mean, you're after that. Then
no, they're
you kids.
They're starting to play music too.
They're starting. They're already better than me, so it took no time.
All right, those are your favorite local bands / musicians. Next category. This is a big one.
Favorite local comic.
All right. I'm going to go. I think everybody knows, but I'm going to butter his bread a little bit more. It's going to be Brandon Kilo. Man, I don't know what it is. Here's why. I'm his biggest fan because he talks about shit that I like. Like, he talked about.
They didn't take us out of Star Wars, they just hit us. You guys figured that out yet? We're the droids. Just with all the droids are black. Every single one of them, yeah. Follow my logic, makes perfect sense, okay? The second-class citizens are basically slaves. Full-on segregation in the Star Wars universe, too. They go to a cantina, no droids allowed. The fuck? Terrible. Some of y'all who are like real Star Wars fans might be like, all right, they're all black, what about C-3PO? How do you explain that shit? Easy, he's a house nigga. It makes me sad to say that. It's just facts. It's full house nigga energy for 3PO. That's why he walks like that, that's why he talks like that. Oh, Master Luke, you know what I mean? And that's why when Anakin got his big comeback and joined the Jedi Council, he had to get gold plated with because you can't have your house nigga looking shabby in front of company, makes you look poor, it does.
That you identify with.
Yeah, man, he's from the same. He's nerdy. He's got a little bit edge on him because he used to deal drugs. That happens. But he also has. He talks about
he used
90s.
To do a lot of drugs.
No, David, no. I think you have to be. I did a lot of cheeseburgers. I didn't do a lot of. I smoke a lot of weed. But no, it's. But no, I love Brandon Kilo, man. I love watching him. I've had the pleasure of being able to watch him in a lot of situations. I put him on Lively a lot, just to be able to see, because he always changes his stuff. He's always evolving. He's always writing new stuff. Every month he comes out with something new, and sometimes 2 times a month he has a new 5 minutes. And so just watching somebody work and grow like that, knowing that that's possible, that made me work a little harder, and also made me go, okay, well maybe. Like, it's possible. You can do it. So I think I do things in a little bit smaller bites, but it's nice to have somebody to kind of look up to. And he's been helpful with, between him and James Nim, they've kind of helped me figure out how to produce a show, what to do, how to talk to people, watching them host very casually and comfortably while also being conversational. That was what I really liked. Yeah.
Definitely those hosts. I think that with James is like, he's probably been doing it so long, he's like someone to look up to as far as hosting wise.
Yeah, and both of y'all, if y'all want on the podcast, just bring your ass.
So that's Nick's favorite local comic. My favorite local comic of 2023 goes to Caleb Collins. Caleb is, I think, one of my favorite people to watch do comedy. It's one of the reasons why I like Fairweather, I think. And he's just a nice guy too. But I honestly do think his material is very good. It's like story. He does really good storytelling and very comedic. He does good like voices within the stories, and he just puts a lot of work and I think a lot of thought into his bits. I think that and they just, even I swear I've seen him write, like I've been sitting outside with him at Fairweather before the show, hanging out and while he's smoking cigarettes and just talking to him and having a conversation with, and he'll make a joke about something I say, and then I'll go in and sit down, and then he'll turn that conversation into a bit. like 10 minutes later.
You see it happen in real time.
It's like, what?
Yeah.
We were just, what?
Yeah, he's very talented.
And it's like, and I think that's obviously one small example, but I think that he definitely does puts, you know, a lot of work into a lot of his bits, and as I've seen him do that too, where he's worked on very long bits, his storytelling bits, and they're always impressive. So I had to pick Caleb Collins for my local favorite comic.
My favorite
local comic.
or he commits.
Yeah.
He commits to the bit. And that's what, dude, sometimes I'll get into a bit and I'll be like, I need to get out of here. Like, all right, that sucked. Like, I'll stop in the middle of the bit, my bad. But there's something about staying in there, hanging in there, and like really seeing what's funny about it.
I think too for him, it's like, I think he's got good observational humor, really, which I think is probably one of my favorite. I mean, I love Jerry Seinfeld. I don't know that they're at all similar, but obviously Jerry Seinfeld is the observational humor.
I love that email bit.
Yeah, like that, stuff like that.
That's
those kinds of things. He definitely makes you think about things differently, like even simple things that you can turn things that wouldn't be very funny, like spreadsheets, into a really good bit. So congratulations to
guys.
Caleb and Brandon. Next category, we're down to our last two categories.
Last two, all right.
Next to last category.
Favorite local open mic.
My favorite open mic is Fairweather Friends Open Mic. We're All Friends, hosted by Caleb Collins every Monday.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Go out there, eat some pizza. The community is so great out there. I think that's one of my favorite things, is just going, because I performed there a couple of times with Josh when he was still here. I've never done comedy, but if I did do comedy, that's where I would go, because it's they're so welcoming, and like there's lots of new comics that go there, and I've seen several people like it's like this is their first time ever doing comedy, and it's never like, even if they're not good, or, you know, obviously, you know, you have very varying levels on your first time, but it's never that bad. And I think that's a lot to do with support, that people pay attention and actually, you know, are receptive to what the person is saying. And so I think that's such a great community. I love going out there every chance I get. I mean, it's hard for me during the week, but I think it's always worth it when I do go. And that they always have a visual art component, and they usually have a visual. That's one of my other favorite things to go, because I always it's like I want to talk to the artist and see what they're doing and just meet them. And so Caleb does a great job out there putting that and doing it every week. Like I said before, it's a lot of work. So congratulations to We're All Friends Open Mic. And what is your favorite local open mic, Nick?
My favorite local open mic is Bricktown Comedy Club. Now, that's only because Looney Bin died. I really liked Looney Bin's stage.
Did they have an open mic too?
They had one on Wednesday, and the way they ran it is you showed up. If you didn't get on, then you got a guarantee for the next week. So you could kind of like leapfrog over. Sometimes people wouldn't show up, and you could get a chance to get on too. But I really liked Looney Bin's. They're gone now. But Looney Bin, I know I said Bricktown, but we're going to talk about that. I really like Looney Bin's because they would have the headliner for the weekend headline that night. So you would have an open mic with about 8 comedians. You would have, I think you would have a feature, and then you would have the headliner. And what was great about that is you could watch the comedy. When they got done, they would be outside, and you can talk to them and kind of discuss comedy and how it works, and
just being on the same stage as them for that night, even though
I love that. But Bricktown Comedy, I like Bricktown Comedy because their open mic, because it's the truest way that you'll be. That's what it's like to be in a club. It's the closest you can get without being actually on the stage on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And what I also like is the fact that you're on a stage that Dave Attell's been on, that I've seen Ari Shaffir, I've seen Mark Norman on there. And so when you get up there, you're like, it's just, we're all comedians, you know? It's that feeling of like, we're all doing it, you know? So I feel like a real comedian when I'm up there.
Yeah, well, you feel like you're on the same level in a way, because you're on...
Well, I mean, literally, you're on the same level. But yeah, it's a beautiful thing. I love it because I feel like I'm a real comedian when I'm there.
No, I think that's a good one. I think because you were talking about how it is a real comedy club, and I think we don't have very many of those, or if there's only one really.
Yeah.
And
hopefully we get another.
Yeah,
I heard there was another one coming.
I think there needs to be. Because,
there needs to be competition.
Yeah,
I
for
think.
sure. That too. And to have because there's obviously plenty. There's no, no missed opportunities to do comedy. I mean, there's tons of opportunities, but to do it in a real club, there's really only one. So
yeah. Well, and one day I would hope. I know this is like way further down the line, but
so your most anticipated thing for 2028.
I wish. I want to open a club.
Yeah.
Liz and I want to open a club, and we want to call it Nick and Liz's, and we want to make it like a coffee shop on the top, and then you go down in the basement, and then it's a comedy club, kind of like we did in Colorado. Remember that one?
Yeah.
It was really nice because they had the bar up top, and then you could go downstairs, and it was like a whole setup. But I mean, if we had all the money, that's what we'd be doing right now.
Well,
so.
that's a good thing to shoot for,
Yeah.
for sure. But
all right,
and we had one honorable mention for
JJ's Alley, honorable mention. I have a place in my heart.
Because that was the first place you ever did comedy.
That's the first place I did stand up, and I did great. And then I left. I told the story. I left and went on my honeymoon. I came back, thought I wrote the best stuff. I showed up and bombed my ass off. Some guy laughed at me not in the way in the way where he's like, this guy. He was like, ha! And I was like, I gotta get out of here. And then I didn't come back for 8 years. So so it was fun. But yeah, no. Now every time I get on that stage, I'm like, I'm conquering this. I'm conquering this.
Come back and do it.
And my best bud Leo Mendes is hosting it. So
he runs it.
That's Thursday night, guys.
Yeah, I know. I need to go out there for that one because I like JJ's. I've been there, for music before, and it's just it seems just like a cool place just to hang out at. It's just nice and cozy. I don't know. Yeah. They got those couches all over, and the weird couches on the walls.
Yeah, it makes for a weird audience.
Yeah.
But I think you learn to do it better up there. I really do. If you get a laugh if you get a chuckle at JJ's, you'll get a laugh at Bricktown.
Yeah.
That's how we see it. They do music after too, though.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're always doing music stuff.
I know. Yeah. I just need to hang out there more. So those are our favorite local open mics. Now this is the category we've all been waiting for.
Performer of the Year.
Okay, so my performer of the year, and this is somebody I love watching them, the way they move so freely on the stage, and they feel so in it.
Comfortable.
Yeah. They get people going. It's going to be Will Davis for me. Will Davis, by far one of my favorite people to watch, just because if you watch him, he's moving. He's getting you involved. He stands up. He sits down. I
did notice that actually whenever I thought it was Lively last week because he was like sitting for half the set. I don't know. Because I was taking his picture. So, but that's a good point.
Yeah, he uses the
Active.
stage. He uses the stage. He pulls you in by sitting down, and he'll. Another guy that I've seen do this very well is Chandler Watson.
Yeah.
But Will Davis, by far, is just a great performer. He's one of my favorite people to watch at Bricktown. And so between him, Brandon, Will Burnson, and many others, obviously, but they're just really good at being themselves on stage.
Yeah.
And that's
very
what I like
confident
to see.
And comfortable. I think. Well, I've seen him. We talk a lot about at Rad Bar, and that's a tough crowd for sure most nights at Rad Bar Comedy Night, but he's probably done the best that I've seen. I've been there a few times at least, but he can control that room.
Yeah, he's good at chaos.
That's very rare for anyone to be able to do that there, I think.
Yeah. So
congratulations to Will Davis.
Yeah.
We hope to have you on soon and teach us how to cook.
Yeah. He said he's down.
Teaser for a future episode.
Who'd you pick?
My favorite performer of the year go to the Martin Dupross.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Jeremy and Lauren Martin.
We love
some
you.
of my favorite people that I've known for a while, but luckily got to know more this year, and I love supporting them. I think that they're so driven and passionate about their art, and like we've said before on this episode, they are very driven and very it's a hard thing to do, and a hard thing to keep going and keep it up. Well, I think that if we all work together, my thing is like, let's band together, we can make a successful scene here, and I think they're a part of it. I think that they are a huge leg of that. You know, whenever we start to build it, you know, it's gonna be people like them that are gonna, you know, want to do shows and put shows together and put people together, other, you know, the performers, and put on unique shows that aren't just comedy. They had clowns at the last place. Nice. It was awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, I couldn't think of any better performers overall. I mean,
experienced performers.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Yeah, I love watching them. I like how they play off each other.
Mm-hmm.
They put on. It's almost like improv, and like it has that vibe of just like slash skits. Yeah. It's just, dude, they're doing it all. And I love it. Yeah,
very, and they're always supportive of the community, so that's my favorite thing. So because they go out to Fairweather almost every week, even if they don't perform.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been plenty of nights where I see them sitting out there, and I'm like, oh, they didn't go up. Oh, they're just hanging out, because that's, you know, they want to be around and be in the community. So yeah.
All right, we got one more. Worst performer of the year. No, I'm just kidding.
So those are our favorite performers of the year. Congratulations to Will and Lauren and Jeremy. We will have all of you on the podcast soon.
That's what you win.
Specifically, Brandon.
Brandon, Will.
No, but so that's it for the Witties.
We did.
Thank
guys.
you for watching.
Thank you so much.
Well, we're not done with the show, but
but thank you guys for listening to our opinions.
Yeah. And
know that we love you all,
and hearing us gush over our friends. Because but that is,
we're very proud of you guys.
That is like,
we're proud to be a part of it.
That's why I love this show. Is if I wasn't involved in the community, it's like there would be no show.
Yeah.
I mean, we would have been done already, because we would have ran out of topics. I mean, that's why we had the Witties.
So, I mean, we also planned this.
Totally planned this at 7 a.m. today.
Yeah. You texted me those questions.
No, this is super fun, and something that we're gonna continue next year. So
we're gonna do this anyways. So please watch.
So that's it for the performers.
All right.
Let's take a quick break.
Yep.
Oh, that was perfect. Thank you for watching this year's 2023 Rhythm and Wit with Dave and Nick Witty Awards. Next up for the show is the upcoming events. First event, Friday, December 15th. No, you do it.
All right. Okay. All right. The first event we got coming up is going to be Friday, December 15th. We have our Put a Cork in It comedy show. That's one that I put on. It's been a really great venue. Kind of has that real club-like vibe. It's downtown on the river. And it's a really great show. It starts at 6:30. We're going to have me. I'm going to be hosting. We're going to have Leo Mendes is going to have a guest spot. Will Davis is going to be featuring, and Julie Drake is going to be headlining. She just got done headlining at Bricktown, so she's going to be sharp and ready to go. I'm really excited about this. We had a really good last show, and I've got a lot of people saying they're going to show up for this one. So if you guys can make it out, we really appreciate it. And the seats are going fast.
Yeah,
so it's a smaller venue, but
it's great.
It's very intimate, and it's a fun time.
Yeah, this is a super fun show, and I went last month, so I'm really excited for this one. Yeah, put a cork in it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's called.
That's what the winery is called. It's called. The winery is called Put a Cork in It. Bricktown Winery. That's the whole name. So if you look that up, like I said, it's downtown.
So check that out. Friday next. Also Friday. Later that night
on Friday, 12:15.
So check out Put a Cork in It, and then after that, you can hit up Comedy Night at Rad Bar, celebrating 1 year.
Ooh, and it's gonna be rad.
So that's a very serious production by Adrian Corin. Mm-hmm. This show is gonna have Brandon Killo, Nicolo Burkitt, Ava C, and Tyler Barris.
Yeah, Tyler Barris. When I first started, he kind of I watched him, a little bit, but he kind of bowed out, and then he came back. And he came back stronger. Yeah. I don't know how he did that, but I saw him at Othello's last, I think, a couple weeks ago. And man, Othello's is a weird room. Yeah. Because they have a bunch of the college kids. Yeah. And they do a class there, and they'll use that as a way to teach the class
for comedy,
for performance.
Oh, okay.
For it's like I think it's like theater class or something. Yeah. I don't know. I didn't go to college, but he killed them all. It was like one of the best sets I've seen from anybody do at Othello's, and so he's really stepping up. If you guys want to see something, go watch him at Rad Bar.
Yeah, that'll be a fun one. That's a good lineup. 12:15 Friday. It's a free show. It starts at 9 p.m. at Rad Bar in the Plaza District. One of my favorite districts. So that's Friday. Saturday.
So this Saturday we have at 7:30 p.m. we have comedy at Pony Boy. It's going to be a free event. It's another really great venue. It's right above, I want to say,
Tower Theater.
Yeah,
it's in Tower Theater, sort of.
Yeah, it's
above,
adjacent.
What's the bar? Pony Boy is the bar.
Pony Boy is the bar,
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's upstairs.
But it's adjacent to the Tower Theater as well as the Bunker Club.
Yeah. Bunker's there.
So it's a really great venue. Last time it was a really great show. Carly had actually brought me up. She was just like, hey, you want to do 5 minutes? And it was like super fun. I think Will Davis is doing this one. He's definitely doing 30 minutes, but we don't have a lineup here. But Carly Marissa Dummett actually puts this on, and she does a really great job with it, and she hosts it. So if you guys get a chance on Saturday, come out to this one, 7:30 p.m.
And this is a free show too. Yeah, I wanted to. I remember seeing this last month or last time she did it, and like I was thinking like, oh, Pony Boy, that's in Tulsa. I can't go to that, and so but I was thinking of Sound Pony in Tulsa. Yeah. I was like, oh, that's cool. Sound Pony's doing comedy. Like, no, I could have went. That's the thing. Yeah. Like, I don't think I was doing anything that night. I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
all right. So this one we've got Saturday, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. That's going to be the 16th. Is the Heart Show at Prelude Coffee Roasters. Event will be from 3 to 7, and all ages are welcome. There will be food and beverages available. Proceeds from this art show will go to charity. Looking forward to seeing everyone there. This is actually being hosted by a guy we grew up with named Noah Taylor. He's a drummer from a long time ago.
Yeah, really, really good drummer.
Really good drummer. He teaches, but he also does art as well now.
Yeah, so I didn't know. I just kind of came across this on his Facebook. So shout out to Noah.
Shout out to Noah, bud. It's good to see you again.
I'm gonna go check this out because I want to talk to him, and I didn't know he was an artist. So I'm excited to see his art and support this event because he's giving away some proceeds to charity. And that's going to be out in the afternoon. Looks like kind of 8th Street downtown area. I'm not sure exactly, but look up Prelude Coffee Roasters.
Yeah, it's a great event.
Check out this free event because the art looks very cool. Then this is a big show for me because I'm not on it because I'm not a comic, but I'm taking the photos because Caleb Collins is hosting a Comedy Bizarro, a holiday special at Factory Obscura on December 16th, Saturday. The doors open at 7:30 with the show at 8. They have $12 tickets in advance and $15 at the door. So get those tickets. You get to check out some of Factory Obscura. I'm sure they'll have some rooms open to look at. This lineup is stacked. Yes. Alex Sanchez, James Nim, Jen Shamron, Meredith Everett, Natalie Perez, Tyler B. Spears, Rowan Weathers, Wampus Reynolds, and Chandler Watson.
Oh my god, that's a killer lineup, dude.
So this is going to be a fun event.
Yeah.
Caleb asked me to do the photos for this event months ago. So he's looking forward to it. I've been looking forward to it. Check this event out because it's going to be cool. Comedy at Factory Obscura. It's our favorite thing. Comedy and art.
Together. Nice.
The next event,
Saturday, December 16th, 2023. It's going to be Cowboy Jr. and Dion Warlock at 51st Street Speakeasy. Looks like $5 cover. You got to be 21 with a valid ID. And that's going to be at 8 p.m.
Yeah, I wanted to just shout them out because Dion Warlock is Electra's band. Very cool. I don't know. We played with them at Vice's. Yeah, we did. They asked us to come out there in the summer. They're cool. I mean, I've seen them a few times, but they're very kind of old school, kind of I don't know, I guess a little bit 90s, kind of a punk rock vibe. Very cool stuff, and I just want to shout out Speakeasy because they're doing more rock stuff, so I always want to try and support the rock community. Cowboy Jr. I think is a newer band. Maybe I'm not as familiar with them. Maybe they're out of town.
Is that Space Cowboys, baby?
But yeah, check out Speakeasy for $5. It's a hell of a deal for a show.
Yeah.
I would check it out, but I'm going to be taking photos at Factory Obscura. Last thing. Wednesday, December 20th, the Point A Gallery presents Date Night in 3D.
In 3D!
The show that tries to get you laid returns. Wednesday, December 20th, it's going to be at Point A Gallery in the 39th Street District, right down the street from my house. It's $5. Come check out Jen Shamron, Heath Huffman, Will Davis, and Morgan DeMonica.
Man, Will Davis is getting some traction, man.
I know.
Yeah.
I was happy. I'm very excited for this show because the last date night was very fun. Point A Gallery's got a really cool stage in the back of that place, and I just think that the crowd was cool. That like they were there for the comedy, a lot of interactions. I just think when I saw Will on this show, I was like, I can't wait to see this.
And it's the only show that tries to get you laid.
Yeah.
Yeah. No other show
tries
like they do.
Yeah, these are some very.
I think they give away blue chews, don't they? No, I'm just joking.
Possibly, I don't know.
Those rhino pills.
So yeah, check out Date Night with the Martin DeProsts returning for the third date night. Wednesday, December 20th.
$5.
So that's it.
Hold on. We got one more. Sorry, my bad. So I've got a show. It's going to be December 20th as well.
Same night.
It's going to be a free show. It's at a place called The Secret.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be with me. JJ Wood hosts that. Or he produces the show.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, it's me, Ava C, and then Ashley Watson is actually going to be there too.
Mm-hmm.
She's really funny. So it's going to be a great little show if you guys want to come out to that one. Appreciate it if you would.
All right, that's it.
That's it, guys. Thank you guys so much for everything. We appreciate you listening and paying attention to our Witties, our little award ceremony. That was super fun to do. It's just great to be able to compliment everybody we love.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a nice. I mean, it was a nice thing for me just to think about some of these. Some of them silly categories, obviously, but some of them are really making us think about who has done what. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
Look back at the year and see who's inspired us to in whatever way. So that was a fun little episode, and we hope you enjoyed it. We had fun talking about our friends and then giving out these awards. So
Yeah.
thanks for watching. We'll be back next week with a special guest, hopefully. And
it's going to be Julie.
Yeah, Julie Drake.
Julie Drake's
coming on
next week.
So we can't wait to talk to her about comedy, and she's also on the showcase on Friday, so we'll get to talk to her about that, and that'll be really fun. So check it out next week. Thanks for watching, and that's it.
Good night.
Peace.
Bye. All right.